After 4 dominant years and 37 straight victories, Mike Tyson entered 1990 as the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. With all 3 major titles around his waist and a reputation for ruthless knockouts, Tyson looked untouchable. But 1990 would become a defining chapter in his career, a year that delivered both devastation and disbelief. Across 3 fights, Tyson's aura of invincibility would be questioned, his legacy shaken, and the boxing world stunned. The most feared man in boxing was about to face his greatest test yet. Fight 38, 11 February 1990, versus James "Buster" Douglas. In a bout that stunned the sporting world, Mike Tyson was stopped in the 10th round by James "Buster" Douglas at the Tokyo Dome in Japan, suffering the first defeat of his professional career and losing his WBC, WBA, and IBF heavyweight titles. The fight has since become etched in history as arguably the greatest upset the sport has ever seen. Tyson came into the fight with a perfect record of 37-0, including 33 knockouts. He had looked virtually untouchable since becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in history, demolishing opponents with frightening power and speed. Buster Douglas, by contrast, had 4 career defeats and was seen as a fringe contender at best. The odds reflected the perceived mismatch. Tyson was a 42-1 favorite. Many questioned why the fight was even happening, and the general expectation was that Tyson would dispatch Douglas quickly and move on to a much-anticipated super fight with Evander Holyfield. But circumstances behind the scenes painted a different picture. Tyson had recently parted ways with longtime trainer Kevin Rooney, and his preparation for the fight appeared lax. There were reports of chaotic training camps, poor sparring, and a lack of urgency from Tyson's camp. Douglas, on the other hand, was focused and determined, fighting with the memory of his recently deceased mother, who had passed away just 23 days before the bout. That emotional drive would prove crucial. From the opening bell, Douglas took control with a crisp and accurate jab, using his 12-inch reach advantage to keep Tyson at bay. He worked angles, showed impressive head movement, and continually peppered Tyson with combinations. Tyson struggled to close the distance and appeared flat-footed, absorbing punishment without landing his usual bombs. The turning point seemed to come in the 8th round when Tyson landed a huge right uppercut that knocked Douglas down. Controversy followed, as Tyson's team protested the referee's count, claiming it was slow. Douglas rose at 9, but by the end of the round he was back on top, landing more clean punches and keeping Tyson from building any momentum. In the 10th, Douglas delivered a picture-perfect uppercut that snapped Tyson's head back. A blistering combination followed, and Tyson crashed to the canvas for the first time in his career. In a surreal scene, he scrambled on the mat looking for his gum shield, clearly dazed. He couldn't beat the count. The referee waved it off at 1:23 of the round. Just like that, Tyson's reign was over. The result sent shockwaves through the sport and remains one of its most iconic moments. Tyson's aura of invincibility was shattered in front of a stunned global audience. Douglas, once viewed as a stepping stone, became the new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Fight 39, 16 June 1990, versus Henry Tillman. Just 4 months after his shocking defeat to Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson returned to the ring on June 16, 1990, looking to restart his path back to the heavyweight championship. His opponent was Henry Tillman, a man with a bit of history. Tillman had defeated Tyson twice in the amateurs, including in the 1984 U.S. Olympic trials, denying Tyson a place on the Olympic team and sending him down the path to the professional ranks instead. Tillman, who went on to win Olympic gold in Los Angeles, had never quite made the same impact as a professional. Despite a respectable record, he lacked the power and aggression of Tyson and was seen as an ideal opponent for Tyson's comeback, a name with significance but limited risk. For Tyson, it was personal. This was a chance to settle a long-standing score and make a statement following the biggest upset in boxing history. There had been speculation about an immediate rematch with Douglas, but that didn't materialize. Douglas, who had earned massive attention with his win over Tyson, instead opted to defend his newly won title against the undefeated Evander Holyfield in a big-money bout scheduled for later that year. Tyson, left without a title shot, had to rebuild his reputation, and fast. From the opening bell, Tyson came out sharp and aggressive. He pressed Tillman with measured pressure, cutting off the ring and forcing exchanges. Just under 3 minutes into the first round, Tyson found his opening. After feinting and shifting his weight forward, he launched a looping right hand that crashed flush onto the top of Tillman's head. The shot was devastating. Tillman hit the canvas hard and stayed down as the referee counted him out at 2:47 of round 1. It was a clean, emphatic knockout, Tyson's 34th stoppage in 39 fights, and a reminder that the former undisputed heavyweight champion still carried fight-ending power in both hands. Though it didn't answer all the questions raised by the Douglas loss, the victory over Tillman was the first step in what Tyson hoped would be a swift return to the top of the heavyweight division. Fight 40. 8 December 1990 versus Alex Stewart. Mike Tyson stepped into the ring for his 40th professional bout on December 8, 1990, facing hard-hitting contender Alex Stewart at the Convention Center in Atlantic City. Still on the comeback trail following his shocking upset loss to Buster Douglas earlier that year, Tyson was looking to maintain momentum and reaffirm his position as one of the most dangerous heavyweights on the planet. Alex Stewart entered the bout with a formidable record, 26 wins, 26 knockouts, and only one defeat, which came against Evander Holyfield. A powerful and aggressive fighter, Stewart was seen as a genuine threat, with legitimate knockout power, but he had never faced anyone with Tyson's unique combination of speed, ferocity, and explosiveness. From the outset, Tyson was relentless. He exploded out of his corner and immediately began backing Stewart up, cutting off the ring and punishing him with short, powerful combinations. Stewart struggled to keep Tyson off, and was floored for the first time early in the round by a vicious burst of punches. He bravely got back up, but Tyson was on him instantly, dropping him a second time with another crushing attack. Stewart once again beat the count, but Tyson closed the show seconds later. A thudding left hook sent Stewart crashing to the canvas for a third time, this time for good. The referee waved it off at 2:27 of the first round, handing Tyson a devastating TKO victory. It was Tyson's 35th knockout in 40 fights, and another emphatic reminder of his raw power and finishing ability. Though his aura of invincibility had been dented earlier in the year, this performance showed he was still a fearsome force, capable of ending fights in an instant. The demolition of Stewart was one of Tyson's most ruthless displays, reinforcing his status as a top contender heading into 1991. 1990 marked the beginning of a dark turning point for Mike Tyson. The invincible aura had been shattered in Tokyo, along with his grip on the heavyweight crown. But what lay ahead in 1991 would eclipse even that downfall. The gloves would come off, not just in the ring, but in his life. Scandal, courtroom battles, and personal demons would soon consume the man once hailed as the most feared fighter on earth. Tyson's greatest fight was no longer for titles. It was for redemption, identity, and survival.